Well, if somebody's looking at this live stream later, I hope I catch some fish. And if my sons are watching this a couple of years down the road, I thank you for still fishing with me, kids. I appreciate you. I love you, and I hope you're doing well. And I hope I'm still around. I know you know where I'm fishing at if you watch this. Anyways, let's get some fishing done. Let's get it done. Got 3 rods today. I'm gonna toss out 2 for with worms. Maybe we'll get an eel. The only thing I didn't bring today is a net. That's fine. We'll figure something out. These worms have seen better days, but they're still pretty juicy. You get a sucker fish in there right now. Or an eel. I'll take an eel. How's it going, everybody? The only thing I think I forgot to grab today is... Oh, crap. Hold on. I already have something. Well, something was taking it. Probably a bluegill. That's funny. Alright, what do we got here? We get the local raccoon population. Well, that was pretty quick. 2 minutes into the stream, I got a fish. The only problem today is that I foresee is I forgot my goddamn Caesar. Look at that. How you doing this morning, kid? Look at that nice, beautiful bluegill. Well, it's not big, but he's beautiful. And you don't have to be big to be beautiful, right, kid? All right, have a good one. What's going on, DCP? I got out there a little early. I got to go to DMV later on. You know how good Jersey DMV can be. Try and catch an eel. I promised today I was going to be more fish than yesterday. I'm going to stand on my promise. There's so many bluegills once again. It's almost like I'm going to start fishing them out. There's so many of them. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, I got to take my wife to DMV. She works at the cancer center, so she got the cancer plates. And for some reason, Jersey never registered those. So apparently she drove around in those plates and they were not even registered. So basically she drove around with no proper plate for 4 years and never got pulled over though. It's like, and somehow nobody knows what happened, but that was during COVID. So you know how that is in Jersey. So we're just gonna go get her new plates. Let's try to get an eel. Hey, what's going on, Gaming with Ray? I appreciate you, man. No, this is I've fished here before with you guys. Hold on. I just keep getting these bluegills, and they're trying to bite on the wrong rod. Give me a second. I wonder if I should put some power bait on here. I'm trying to get a nice juicy sucker fish today, but that might not be in store for us today, guys, because these raccoons just keep eating my bait. All right. 1 second. I'm gonna toss it out somewhere further. Maybe there's an eel there. Yeah, this is a pretty. This is a spot that I don't think anybody fishes here, but I like it. I wish there was a bait that would only How you doing, Crazy K? What's going on, man? You want to fish with us? I think today is going to be way more productive than yesterday. I do declare. Should have probably put these worms in the fridge yesterday, though. It's interesting how they just die if you don't refrigerate them. And once they hit like that 60-degree temperature, they just disintegrate. All right, once I catch two of these lines in, we're going to do some ultralight fishing. If the bluegill raccoons don't bother us, we might get a nice sucker fish today. Here we go. I got this Dava Press Ultralight from yesterday. Actually, let's take the bobber off. One thing I like about this bobber, I know it's cheap, but look, just pop it off in 2 seconds. It's done in my pocket. All right, so what I'm fishing with is just a little ultralight. Just gonna toss it in and let it drop to the ground and slowly reel it. There are big eels. I think there's still big eels around. The only thing I didn't bring today, my gloves, a towel, and a net. So I hope I don't get a big one. Small one I can deal with. Big one, And the worst part is I was rushing. I don't think I forgot. I don't think I grabbed any of my tools. Hey, Demon, what's going on, man? Look, I'm promising people fish today. I have mealworms I need to get rid of. So what I learned is that trout really like mealworms in the spring. For some reason, oh, hold on, we got something. Hold on, is that a fish? No, it's still a worm, but there was something biting us. We still have the worm on though. I promised you guys a lot more fish today, and I'm gonna stand on my promise. Got this rose bush I want to break off, throw out. Look at this. Look how pretty this is. You can't even tell it's Jersey. Unfortunately, that weeping willow tree has been slowly dying over the past couple of years, and eventually it's probably going to clog this up. But until then, we fish. I might have to remove it myself if I'm the only one fishing here. I need to check my toolbox if I have my toolbox, my cooler, if I have my tools with me today. Hold on, I think you see that? Look at that line. We got something on, guys. Hold on. Nope, just little bluegills messing around. We'll catch a couple of them right now. I'm gonna take off that trout magnet. How many of you guys fish with trout magnets that are not my regulars? Let's take the trout magnet off, get a couple of bluegills in the boat. I'm fishing with the Dava Presso rod. Oh, by the way, yeah, Nick, I caught a bluegill. So I got good news about my broken Presso rod. So I bought it with my Chase Amazon card, and I called them up yesterday. I mean, I accidentally broke it fair and square, and Chase rewards will cover it. I started the process. It's probably going to take about 2 weeks, but I don't usually use that program, but this year I've used it twice. In the past 20 years of having credit cards, I've never used it. Hold on. But Chase will actually, Chase Amazon card, will replace this rod for me. I broke off a tip by accident on it. As long as it's accidental, replace it, I gotta send them the receipt of purchase, all the good stuff, and in 2 weeks they'll send me a check and I can buy a new one. So yeah, just for those that like me, I'm just an Uber driver. I don't have much income. So when you actually fall under the policy of breaking something by accident, and it's within 120 days of purchase on your Chase card, you can get it replaced. It's called accidental damage. Like my kid, I think closed the door on my rod. Let's catch a bluegill, the mealworm. Oh, I know he wanted. I thought bluegills love mealworms. Hey, what's going on? Paul, what are you doing, man? You can't send me money. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Paul, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I left the donation just in case there's some rich Arab Emirates sheikh watching my live streams. He wants to give me a couple of $1 million. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. Like I always say, I don't like to be a mooch, but thanks. Thank you. It's very nice of you. I will return the favor, trust me, once you monetize your channel. But thanks for showing me that, oh man, there should be a nice fish here somewhere. Hold on. They were just playing with the worms. Oh yeah, somebody already bit off the, hold on. Where did the bluegills go? They were just eating up all the worms. I caught two of them, and all of a sudden they stopped biting. Hold on. Yeah, yesterday's stream was pretty bad. I apologize for that, guys. I thought I went to a spot that I kind of had a good idea what was going on there, but I guess I didn't. Hi, Isaac. Well, I caught one bluegill. As soon as we started, on the second minute of the stream, I had a bluegill, but for some reason they all left. I don't know where he go and why he go. There's also creek chubs. We might, if the connection is going to be good, I'll walk you guys. Maybe we'll catch a couple of creek chubs. I don't know if my people from other countries know what a creek chub is, but it's basically a big minnow. Here's what I'll do. Let me cast this in. Let me recast my worms real quick. Oh wow, look what I did. That's nice. Hold on. Let me see if I can just cast this out. 1 second, guys. I'm all over the place. Hold on. How did I do this? I don't know. You see, my line coiled again. I put it in the warm water yesterday morning, just like that guy Trout Raiders told me. But unfortunately, it's all coiled up again. Paul, once I get that $1 million donation, I'm gonna buy myself all Japanese line. The only thing I'm worried about is right now is you see how small this hook is. This is a iFish jig head, 1 gram, and if I cast this out and then big bluegill takes it, I don't think I have a tool to extract it today without killing the fish. Hold on, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna put this to the side. Of course. No, we're not stuck. So we lost the worm here. That might have been an eel because something ate the worm and put it in some sort of a hole. So let's put more worms on. I do have a lot of worms today. Uh, Crazy K memberships. Yeah, so it's funny. I was talking to Judge. I was driving a client's car yesterday. He has a one. I was picking up. I'm a driver by that's my job, and I was talking to Grok because I was using my client's Tesla, like that AI. So I was like, Grok, am I being a totally out of line for adding memberships to my YouTube account? And Grok was like, you should add it as soon as possible because as long as you believe in your content, you should have no problem, morally have memberships. Because apparently that's what people do. That's what the best. But I'm still on the fence about it. I don't know how I feel about memberships. I feel like that's like if I was a professional fisherman, or at least I could teach people better than I teach them now, I would do it. But I'm gonna think about it this weekend. I have a 6-hour drive this weekend, and I'll think about it. How about that? I appreciate the thought, though. I got monetized a couple of days ago, which I never thought was gonna happen. It's kind of surreal. All right, let's see what you guys write. Um, yeah, I know what you're talking about. FG not. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? You don't think I can put I can put a mealworm? All right, let me pull it up. No problem. How you doing, Jalal? I don't know how to do FG not. Yeah, it is an eel spot. Very good, Rania. I I want to apologize for yesterday. I was running on 2 hours of sleep, and yesterday I came to a new spot and it was horrible. And I know I'm not fishing right now. I'm talking to you, but it was bad. I apologize. Thank you for sticking with me yesterday. It was rough. It was rough. Grumpy Orca was getting a little disheveled, but today is going to be a little better. All right, I promise. And thanks for all those people in my stream right now. All right, let's pull out the jig head. See, I don't know what happened. I came here. I immediately had a fish. I casted out those two worms. I actually chumped this spot a little bit. I don't know if you can see. You see that? That's good old New Jersey pizza mixed with chicken liver, mixed with corn, mixed with a piece of salmon, and a bunch of other crap. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, dude, I just had a bite, and it was a good one. Hold on, we're gonna cast that back in. I don't know if that was a bluegill. Paul, do you think I can just put a worm on that jig head? I just had a nice bite. I mean, it was probably a bluegill that picked up the worm and left with it. Oh, wait, I do have a fish on my other rod. Hold on, let me cast this out. We got another raccoon, guys. Look at this. Hadouk. How you doing? Come here, kid. See? Look, I'm getting all the big fish today. Grumpy Orca getting all the fish. Look, I got lucky, Paul. If this fish was bigger, this probably be in his mouth. Okay, he's a little upset. This is a ow. Okay, he wants to go. This is good catfish bait, by the way. All right, take that, tuna fisherman. We're out here taking care of the little guys. Bye, buddy. All right. Uh, yeah, I can put it. Paul, I'm just being lazy. We are in New Jersey. Uh, all I did was I had this from yesterday. Remember, I was fishing with a tri magnet. So when I got here, first thing I did was I just tossed this in. I was fishing with a tri magnet when I first got here, but it was kind of slow. And thanks to those people that are staying with me in the stream. Yesterday was a rough stream, like I said. I think it was more like therapy for Grumpy Orca yesterday. Hold on. After this mealworm is gone, I'm gonna put on just a worm, and maybe put on a little bigger hook, or maybe just put in a like trout magnet jig head. But yeah, I got two big night crawlers. You see those two lines? I got two big night crawlers. This is where I caught my PB eel. I caught like a nice. I'm gonna say he was at least 3 pounds. It was a long eel too. It was like 35 inches long. I have a video of it. And that was the day that I put poison ivy all over myself. Because if you look here, it's all poison ivy. You don't see the roots, but I was fighting that fish all the way on the bank, everywhere, trying to put it in my bag. And it was not a good, it was not a good week for me. I had poison ivy all over myself. All right, hold on. Give me a second here. Oh, that was the perfect cast. All right, we're gonna have a fish now. Watch, watch. I'm like a Jersey politician. I promise you things. But if they don't happen, I'll just blame it on somebody else, like that tree. Salted herring, little pieces. That makes sense. You know what I have? Um, I have I have salted fish that kind of went bad. I have salted paddlefish. Not a lot of you guys know what that kind of fish that is. Paddlefish is like that dinosaur fish that has a giant long nose. If you want to Google it, but it basically uh, they live in the lakes of Michigan and they dig the bottom. They're actually not predatory, but they use that nose to dig up like that sandy bottom and get food that way. Like they eat crabs and stuff. So my father-in-law goes fishing for them and he smokes them. Unfortunately, the last batch he gave me was lost in the fridge and it went bad. And so I was thinking about either using it for chum or actually using it for eel fishing. It's a very tasty fish if you smoke it. What's going on with Fish Your Fingers? How's it going, everybody? I see a lot of people talking, which makes me happy. Thanks for talking in my stream. Man, yesterday I was all disheveled. Yesterday I thought I was going to retire from streaming. I brought all these people to this new spot. We caught nothing. I showed you guys a dead trout. We tried trout fishing. That got me nothing. I was dredging through a river to get my spinner back. I'm just going to toss this mealworm out. Hold on one second, guys. I think my wife's trying to reach me. Give me 1 second. Reset your phone fully. Hold on. Mrs. Orca having issues with the phone. You know, these new iPhone 16s are not that good. I have an old iPhone 13 Pro. Where is it? It's actually I have it in my pocket as a backup, and I like it better than the iPhone 16. For some, it's like snappier, and it just overall works better for me. I know it's like a lower resolution screen, which is probably why it's snappier. But I don't know about you guys, but I think iPhone 13 Pro is still as good as it gets, especially if you can buy those for like 250 bucks used in good shape. Because my wife's job gives her an iPhone 16 Pro. I think they gave her an iPhone 16 Pro, and always has issues. What's going on, Sharif? Hmm. I want more action. What's going on? More passion, more energy. Very strange. You guys want to go for a little walk on down the stream with me? If the connection's good, we might catch a creek chub. There's a ton of them here. You know what? Let's go for a walk. I don't think that these fish are going anywhere if they bite. I mean, these rods are pretty, and I'm gonna set the drag low. If anything, it's probably gonna be sucker fish. I don't think. Oh, okay, here we go. How you doing, kid? Look at that. You see that? Easy. Thanks for not swallowing my jig head. We're catching raccoons today. Okay, give me back my worm now. You don't get warm. You keep eating them. All right. Wait, hold on. Jump. He's good. So far we got 3 bluegills. Let's go take a quick walk. Let me grab my chest back with my license. And let's take a quick walk. Maybe we'll catch a creek chub. 1 second, guys. I'll grab my chest back. I have all my... Do I have trout magnets in there? I have something. Yeah. I have some stuff. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Tackle shop stream. You can inject the fish with fishing oil. What kind of fishing oil? Do you have to buy that in the store? Hey, Crazy K, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. I've never saw you in my streams before, and I do appreciate you sticking around. It's very nice of you, man. Thanks again. And if I do find your channel, I'll subscribe to you. Sometimes it's a little hard for me after the stream to find channels, but I do appreciate you, man. I hope you have a good weekend and spend some time with the fam. All right, let's go for a little walk. And let's grab a worm with us, just in case. All right, it looks like it's going to be hiking with Grumpy Orca today. Because I can't, I have ADD. I can't sit and stare at the rod. That's just not me. Let's go. Let's go for an adventure, guys. There's a little stream here. Okay, hold on. I got my Grumpy Orca once here, so I should be able to jump over this crap. Okay, we good. We okay. Jeez. Is there any fish here? Anybody here? Anybody? Oh, perfect cast. At this point, I should get a fish just for that cast. Fish, how you doing, kid? I told you, Grumpy Orca going hiking with you guys. Look at this guy. Nice Jersey bluegill. This guy never saw a fisherman in his life. I bet that. All right, jump now. Come on. Beautiful. A Russian judge gives 10 points. Let's get another one. Liver oil, got it. Okay, just had another one on. Hold on. Hold on. We're catching them by the dozen. I just don't want to hang on that tree line. Let's keep walking. As long as there's no poison ivy here. That's one thing I don't like. Not a big fan. I really feel bad for this willow tree, though. And we have that infestation of lanternflies. They also do a number on those trees. They really damage the ecosystem here. Somebody brought a bunch of rocks from China, and they had those lanternflies in them, and they basically spread from Pennsylvania all over the coastline, like wildfire, and nothing eats them. Quite unfortunate. Oof. Whoa. Did you hear that? This. Hold on, we might be able to find a bug in there. Look at this thing. It's completely disintegrated. Wow. That's crazy. Might have find a black bear out here. Going to my last stream, guys. Hold on. Don't see any creek chubs for some reason. I haven't been in this place in a while. Nobody really comes here. Oh, Mr. Bluegill. Oh, they're here. Hey, Ethan. Yeah, I hope so, right? Yeah, Paul. So we actually use eel here for striped bass fishing. I've never used one. Um, they sell them at the tackle stores. It's usually about $25 for for 10, I think. And yeah, the only thing that saddens me about eel, I do harvest them if they're big, but it takes an eel a very long time to get up to that age. They like a 35-inch eel, it takes that fish like 15 years to grow to that size. So I do respect them. And the little ones, it still takes them a long time. It's a very long life cycle. Like I think eels live to like some of them live past 30 years or something. All right, hold on. Let's catch a big one. That was a little too much warm, but hey, little stream. Just wish we had a little bit more water here. You heard that bird? That's a blue jay. Blue jay is like the heron of the woods, always complaining about something. It's that blue bird. I don't see much fish. Let's keep walking. There's a ton of bluegills like underneath me. I don't want to bite. They all sit in the weeds. I wonder if there's a lot of birds that come here to eat them. That's why they're scared. Very strange. Huh. All right, let's go for a little walk. We're gonna do fish walk. Oh, okay. Almost broke my ankle. Uh, yeah, people definitely don't come here. This place is empty. It's pretty though. All right, I'll hang around here for a couple of minutes. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a big creek chub. I really want to show you guys a creek chub. Hold on. There's a creek chub right there. Creek chubs are really cool. They're a little bit slimy, but, and I know they're hungry right now. I'm surprised it's not feeding. Usually you can catch a lot. They're very aggressive. Hold on. They call it a poor man's trout out here. Hopefully I'll come back to something nice at the end of my line. Discord? I like the Discord. It's kind of cool. This way people can talk. People that show up on my streams can talk to each other. So we can, I like it. I've never used it before. I've heard about it. My kid told me that people use Discord for bad reasons in school, apparently. But my kid also doesn't have a phone unless I give it to him after school. Oh, there should be creek chubs over there. They love hiding in those, like you see those tree roots? That's creek chub heaven. The water's so low. I've been here before and I've never seen the water so low. Huh. I don't know where all the fish went. It's just I've been through this before. I've fished this a little stream so many times. There's always like a school of creek chubs. I wonder if the bird came and got them. We do have a blue heron that comes around and eats everything. But like, I can't believe they all got eaten. That's so wild to me. Like, this is the deep spot here. And the way you know that blue heron comes around, if you look at the shoreline, you'll spot their poop. It's like very sulfuric white. It's like it looks out of place. That's how you know the bird's been around, because as they eat, they'll eat the whole pond of fish. They also poop out all the stuff they have. So if there's a blue heron around, you'll see the poop somewhere along the line. Hmm. It's pretty here though. Look, it's nice. How you doing, Ro? Hey, Craig. Yeah, it's a little slow. Definitely slow. Usually there's so many creek chubs here. Huh, absolutely nothing. It's sad. Nothing. Look at that pretty tree. All right, let's go back and check the eel lines. We might have to sit there. I really wish there was more fish here, but there isn't. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me. The connection is nice though. Huh. It's pretty amazing how low the water is. Oh, wait. I see some fish. Hold on. Man, it's no action. Usually throw in a piece of worm here and they just go wild for it. Not today. I'm not even gonna try the trout magnets because if they don't chase a worm around. Oh, hold on, we might have something. Give me a sec. Hold on, they're getting excited. I want to catch a creek chub for you guys. A lot of people in the stream, if they're from a different country, probably never seen a creek chub before. Here they come. I don't know. I don't think it's a creek chub though. Eat it. Okay, here it comes. He got off. Not a creek chub though, but still. I'm gonna throw this piece of worm out as a bait. Okay, here's one. There you go, little guy. Yeah, typical raccoons of the river. We're really microfishing now. Come on, guy. When was the last time you've been on a nice live stream, buddy? Come here. You're gonna get poison ivy all over me. Nice little fish. Nothing serious, but something's better than nothing. Let's let him go. There he goes. Man, he's gonna have some stories to tell today. All right, let's keep moving. Let's go back and check the eel ruts. I'm telling you, I'm probably the only guy that comes here because I don't see any disturbance. Last time I've been here was at least probably maybe the spring. Excuse me. Hold on. No big bluegill. Let's keep moving. Huh. Now it looks like the eel rods are. I'd settle for a suckerfish. Suckerfish would be nice. Hold on. Nothing? Hold on. I know there's a fish under that tree. I know there's a fish under there. Okay. Let's get him out. That was a bluegill, Muhammad. That was Mr. Bluegill. They're very invasive. Oh no. What did I just do? I know. We should be okay. Let's see what you guys write in the chat. Yeah, that was a tiny bluegill. I just think the fishing is completely, unless we've, hold on, let's clean up this bottle that I've been looking at. Unless you're fishing on the boat right now, the shore fishing is kind of dead. At least that's what my opinion is. I mean, I can take you guys crappie fishing, but I think I've been taking you crappie fishing so many times. Crappie fishing is really good right now. They're feeding. They're feeding heavy. Oh, okay. I just man down. I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Hold on. I just went deep in the water by accident. Hold on, guys. Stay with me. Ugh. Oh, that's Mr. Frog. I saw a giant bullfrog here one day. It was gigantic. It was one like this. It's twice as big as my hand. Okay, we did it. Yeah, I got no action on my eel rods. Let's check them. I was hoping for something. Oh no, we do have action. Hold on. It's my bad. I just saw the line move. No. And the line is empty. That's my typical setup. I just use an egg sinker. And I use a barrel swivel with a little snap ring. And I just use a Eagle Claw size 6 hook. So you can see a little barbs there. And that's what I use for either bullhead or eel fishing. I'm going to figure out, Paul, if you're still in the chat, I'm going to figure out how to use that oil or where to get it that you talked about. It's interesting that you actually take a fish and inject it with oil. I mean, it's cool. I understand what the purpose of it. See, maybe we'll get a big eel with a giant clunk of worms. I'm just gonna cast it along the bridge. That's where I got my last eel. All right. Now, this line. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. The fishing died down a little bit, but at least we're catching some fish, unlike yesterday. Yeah, we're losing bait, which is kind of good and bad. Probably means that bluegills are biting. Oh, hold on. I'm getting bites. Nah, that's probably a bluegill. You see my rod? That's definitely a bluegill. All right, give me a sec. Huh. Should I cast it further out? Is that where Mr. Eel is? Let's try that. Thanks for the likes, by the way. I appreciate it. What's going on, SB Bros? I'm gonna print screen this, Paul, what you're writing. Yeah, so I actually caught my eel right as it was my video on eel. You'll see it's actually the sun is already down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on my local Facebook group. I'm gonna ask people if I can fish the Raton River at night, and if I can, I'll take you guys on a night stream, which might be a little boring, but if you guys are around, if you're up for it, if Mrs. Grumpy lets me go, you see a giant clump of braid line I have. If Mrs. Grumpy lets me go and do a night stream, usually I work at night, but if I don't have any jobs, um, I'll gladly take you on a eel fishing live stream. I bet you will catch a bunch of them because there's a ton of eels in New Jersey, especially in the Raritan River watershed where I am. It's a notoriously eel populated area. All right, let's just keep casting. Less talking, more casting. I want to get a big bluegill. Yeah, so we caught them during the day on the live stream, but we actually caught them on right here. We caught one. We caught a suckerfish before, but it's interesting because November is their migration month. So eel they all leave when they're mature enough. They basically leave these areas and go reproduce in the Sargasso Sea. So they actually swim out to the Atlantic Ocean, and they'll swim all the way somewhere in the Caribbean where the Sargasso Sea is, and they'll reproduce out there. Eel's one of those strange creatures that don't know how to make them reproduce in the wild. I mean, in the captivity. Huh. I'm washing my rods and I'm talking to you guys, so have some activity. It's probably a bluegill. Typical bluegill activity. Hold on. We might have a fish here too on this rod. I don't know. Still got my worm. It would be nice to get a suckerfish. If I catch a big suckerfish, I'm already doubting myself I'll keep it. I really wanted to smoke one. What's going on, Don Lorenzo? That's you're writing Russian Cyrillic, but you sound like a guy from Jersey. I'm confusion. What are you trying to say? But SB Bros. So I have two of my regular rods, and I'm just targeting eel or suckerfish. That's how I usually fish. I have one ultralight rod in my hands. Hold on, I got stuck on something. Oh no, not the iFish jig head. Nah, man, don't tell me this is true. Hold on, give me a sec. But look how pretty it is. I have good news though. I think one of the rods has some activity. Hold on. Yeah, so the way I usually fish on streams now, I bring a bunch of rods with me. In Jersey, you're allowed to have 3 rods in the water. So I'll cast out 2 rods and I'll actively fish with the other one. Kind of works out. All right, let's see if I have a trout magnet in my bag. Let's try a trout magnet in pink color. You never know. I just kind of, yeah, here we go. Light pink. Yeah, let's do light pink. Just managed to snap my line. So this is actually a great kit. If you don't have this, buy this and buy an ultralight. You'll have so much fun. A lot of guys I know that were YouTubers that were into catfishing and carp fishing tried ultralight fishing and they loved it. Obviously, more action. Hold on. Gotta put this on crooked. Paul, let's see. Here, the company fisher needs to put 1 kilogram grass back in the water. Oh, wow. But where do they get glass eel? That's the question I have, Paul. Because glass eel, as far as I know, like, do they. I know glass eel are, they're basically baby eels, and there's like a gazillion of them in 1 kilogram. But where do they get glass eels? It's how you lose 2 rods. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're putting the fish back, and if you're just a hobby fisherman, 2, 3 rods, like what are like? Look, do I catch fish in all 3 rods at the stream on the streams? No. I made a mistake at one of the streams. I think I put 2 hooks in one of the rods, but apparently then I double checked the regulations. ChatGPT told me it was okay. I mean, I do that in the ocean all the time. But then I double checked the regs. It said that you can have up to 7 hooks in the water. But then I'll double check the regulations, and apparently it's not okay, so I stopped doing that. And it's like you're gonna catch fish hand over fist. You still don't catch fish, unless you Ranyo. Ranyo is a professional. Ranyo can probably catch 30 catfish here, while I'm just sitting and looking at the lines. And I there's bullhead catfish in this water. They're just not biting. Don't be tasting the juice again. Oh, you remember that, huh? Mackenzie, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I once tasted gulp alive juice. I don't know how I did that or why, but yeah. Let me tell you, one thing about me, Grum York are definitely not going to be passing away in no nursing home. Something's going to happen to me. I'm either going to drink too much gulp alive juice and not make it, or I'm going to get uh, eaten by a snapping turtle. It's one of those. Mark my words. Uh-oh. I just cast it over the weekend. Wait, you guys ever try to, when you cast it over a tree line, you ever try to like make a little like top water lure out of it? Just keep bouncing on the surface till something eats it. I've had good luck with that. You basically pretend you're. Look, I'll show you. Hold on, do you see it? Wait. You see that little pink thing I'm doing? That's me. So sometimes when I do that, fish will pop it, like especially a very aggressive bluegill, because it does look like a little bug came out from a tree, and I've seen him do it. I don't know if you're still looking at it. Hold on. Right here. See that? Oh, you see that? There's a bluegill trying to eat it. I can't see it on the stream again. There it is. Hmm. All right, I'm done playing with that. Let me really back up. So I've actually caught fish like that before. Hoop. Dangling. Yeah, the reflection is pretty strong, right? Yeah, no action. I feel like I did bring let me see polarized glasses so you guys can see in the water. Here, I put them on you. Should be like a commercial. You see it? Better, right? Do you see it? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna stop playing with this because that look weird from the side. There's people driving by. Hmm. So we caught a bunch of dinky bluegill, which I expected, but there's nothing substantial biting. My lines are just dead in the water. Let's do one more cast with this. Have to go to DMV today. Oh, Tali. The only thing that's worse than New Jersey DMV is probably California DMV. When I lived in California for 3 years, I brought my motorcycle over, and the guy was so I decided I should have never done it. I decided to get the California title for my motorcycle. So I had an Italian motorcycle, and the guy was so lazy because he needed to find a VIN number on the motorcycle to give me California title. He was so lazy because he had to look under the bike, under the plastics, and I was trying to show to him where it was, and you basically kind of had to lie on the ground to see the VIN number. And he was just like, "Nah, man, I'm not going down there. Like this bike is probably stolen or something. Just keep your Jersey title." So I finally took a picture of the VIN number, and I showed it to him on my phone, and only then he decided to stop being lazy and give me a California title for my bike. I actually still have a California title for that bike. But yeah, it's California DMV is definitely interesting. Tom, what's going on? Sorry, I didn't see your message right away. There is no trout here. I showed people we were trout fishing a little bit yesterday, but right now trout fishing in Jersey is really bad. Something's nibbling on that worm. Hold on. See that line? Something's nibbling on it. Hopefully it's a big juicy eel. There's something nibbling on it. Watching the line? Watch this. We might have something. How long should I let it eat it for? You see that? We got action, boys. Okay, how about a nice juicy hook set? All right. I hope that guy has a good dental plan. 3, 2, 1. I got him. I got a fish. Oh, I got a fish. Ha ha! Got you. How you doing, kid? Come here. I told you I was gonna get an eel. Ha ha! Grumpy Orca got you, boy. How you doing, kid? Oh, I knew you was nibbling. I knew you was nibbling. All right. I promised you an eel. I got you one. All right. Redeemed. I am redeemed. All right, let's take a quick video of him with my other phone. Jersey eel. You can still catch him during the day. Just go fish the dark spots. There you go. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this guy. Worst case scenario, I'll put him in the fish tank. He's a little small though, but he's bigger than the small ones we caught last time. Last 4 eel I caught, I let go. Should we let this guy go? Let me see. If I can remove the hook nice and easy, I'll let him go. But for you that don't know what these guys are, they're fish. Hold on, they're slimy fish. I don't have my gloves. See, the day I don't wear my gloves, I get a needle. Come here, buddy. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to like, just double tap the screen and give Grumpy Orca a life for catching you an eel. Okay. So these guys are actually a fish, not a snake, because they got gills. You just don't see the gills. They're a little hidden, but there's there. If you look at them, you can see them. And don't worry, these guys are super, super hardy. And this guy's definitely going to make it through this unless I eat him. He was a bit of a nibbler, though. All right, hold on. Let me put him in the water for now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it DCP because my kid's been asking for one. Um, I let go the last 3, 4 eel we caught, and this one's actually quite chubby. And believe it or not, this thing is about 6 or 7 years old. I know it doesn't look like much, and it's totally legal to keep them in Jersey. There's a gazillion of them. For those of you who are, I'm a biologist by training, so I do understand preservation. Hold on, let me let this guy swim for a little bit because I wanna find my tool. If I can't find the tool, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I do have my. Oh, now I'm gonna be wondering. Probably gonna keep the guy. Should I put him in my pond? I don't think he's gonna make it in my pond. Yeah. Hmm. Let me see if I have a bag for him. You know what, stream? Let him go. Because if I'm gonna start doubting myself, that's what usually happens. Then I feel like a monster. Let's let that guy go. I I'll catch a bigger one. How about that? Hope my kid doesn't see this. Is not watching the stream from his first grade class right now. he's he's gonna be hella mad. See, he hid. See, this guy just ran under the rock somewhere. Come here, buddy. Yeah, Joseph, if you're watching this, we decided to let this guy go. Don't get mad at me, kid. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, I deserve a like for that. Tell you that. Stop it, dude. What's interesting though, you'll see if I let him go, he'll probably figure out a way to crawl his way back in. Look, I just let him go. Let's see what he does. Because they completely can breathe. You see that? Now that's a fish, but he's just. Come here. Let me help you. All right, don't get jealous of my pumas from Costco. They're a little. I just went for a little swim. Don't get jealous. You'll get those nice Nikes. I'm gonna stick with my pumas. You see this guy, and he's totally fine. He can totally breathe oxygen. I know it doesn't look like much. I think he calmed down now. Let's take a look at him. Okay, I think he knows we're gonna let him go. Come here, buddy. He's totally still. You see that? They're extremely hardy. They can basically, I can throw them in my book bag right now, and 3 hours later, I can come home, and he'll still be perfectly fine. But he's still now. I appreciate him. We didn't harm him. We removed the hook perfectly, and we're gonna put him back. All right, let's see. We almost decided to keep him and smoke him, but he said, "I am not a cigarette man. You can't smoke me. I'm an eel." Let's let him go. That frog just had a heart attack. Look, he should be okay. Did he have a heart attack? Come on, buddy. I mean, we're doing this for the stream. You can't just die on me. I know you're not dead. You just playing possum. You see that? He's playing possum, and he's gone. We gave that frog a heart attack. He thought it was a snake. Yeah. No, I decided to let him go, Paul, because I know I'm not gonna catch 20 of them. I have to take my wife to DMV soon, and I might catch another one or two. But it's interesting that I knew right away I had an eel on because I saw him nibbling. Like if you're fishing, what they do is they have tiny teeth, and they basically start nibbling on the worm. You see how he was breaking it up and eating it, and that's why I said I hope he had a good dental plan because I definitely set that hook. All right, let's catch another one. Caught him right against the wall. There should be more of his friends there. That was good. At least we caught an eel on the stream. Imagine if I could catch an eel in the ultralight. Just makes me happy that I promised something and delivered on my promise. It make me happy. All right, if I catch another one, that'll be perfect. All right. So, hold on. Actually, I might have an eel on this one too. It, something ate the worm. I mean, not. This doesn't make me happy. This happens all the time. I think what happened was an eel or something was eating it and got my line either tangled. This happens here. I would hate to lose my sinker, but I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that's an eel at the end there. Man, that sucks. I hate when that happens. It actually might have been an eel that took that worm inside of its like home and got me snagged. But yeah, no bueno. Sorry, but might have to redo this line. I thought I was gonna get good karma by releasing that eel. Oh, okay, hold on. I think I might have released it. Let's check. Or I ripped it off. Yeah, I ripped it off. Unfortunately. Smash the line, hit the sub. Thanks. So this is we just released an eel for those joining. We just caught a nice American eel. We released them, and I figured the karma was going to be on my side, but unfortunately, it was not. I had to rip my other line off. All right, give me a second, guys. I don't know if I have another X sinker with me, but I'll check. Next time I'll fish with braid. I think I would have pulled this one out. I have braid on that line. Thanks for the likes, by the way. Alrighty, let's figure out what we're gonna do here. Do I still have blue bag? Yes, I do. You guys remember the frog that we found last time? Really need to clean out my fishing bag. All right. Got my last size 6. Yeah, this is what I buy. I just buy these. If you're gonna go in eel fishing, you can buy them pre-tied for like what, $2? Size 6, and they're barbed. And if you get an eel, you're gonna keep them. Just take take it off the snap spool and throw it in your bag and be done with it. Let me see if I have an egg sinker. Probably do not. What's going on, June? What should I do here? Let me think real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cast my ultralight out while I'm doing this. Maybe we'll get a fish. I'm going to get a huge eel on a 4-pound line. Okay. Got those. Okay, this is totally just for fun. Don't do that, please. Maybe I'll get a bluegill or something. That is totally fun purposes only. Okay. Well, you know what? Hmm. Oh, we're good. We are good, my friend. I said, this is what I caught on my eel on last time. I just threw this out. I might actually do that. And that's where I caught my PB eel on. Let's just put that on, throw that on, because it does have weight to it. And I just had that on the end of my line. And I pulled in like a 3-pound eel. He bent my hook too. Oh, jeez. This marabou jig, it always looks like some sort of like an adult toy. So funny. What's going on, Ivan? Yeah, I do remember you. June, yeah, Jersey Creeks, they're pretty good. They're not as good as PA Creeks though. Yeah, Ivan, I remember you. You have almost same age kids as me, and you go fishing with your boy, which I always remember that. That's a stand-up thing, man. That's something that is amazing. Every time I used to go fishing with my kids, all the old timers told me never stop fishing with your kid, and I now understand why they told me that. Never forget those memories. I still remember only a few times that my dad took me fishing. I might actually have to run in like 15 minutes, but let's fish for a little bit. Yeah, that tackle box is actually great for trout fishing because I feel like that's everything you really need for trout fishing. Unless you can also throw like a pack of gulp minnows in your bag, but you can throw in like a couple of spinners in that. You can buy those inserts on Amazon. No, this is different. This is actually pretty close to my house. I have to take my wife to DMV today, so I didn't want to spend too much. I didn't want to run a risk of being late. So I'm fishing pretty close to my house. What state are you from, Ivan? Ivan Andreevich. I'm gonna say you're Polish. See the Polish. My kid's name is actually Andrei. My older kid's name, Andrei, or Andrew. Well, he goes by Andrew, but my parents call him Andrushka. Are you Serbian? Yeah, I guess I can see that. Do you guys have a name Tosha in Serbian? Tosha, Toshe. I think a buddy of mine was Serbian from high school. Really good kid. You like fishing? That's awesome. How you doing, Bjorn? 4, that's a per case to take kids fishing. Just teach them to release fish. Just make sure they throw it in the right way. My second son was little, he would actually want to eat all the fish we caught. He still does, but when he would release fish, he just eat them. He would just throw them in the wrong direction. Always end up in the bush. We would always film him. We're like, "Hey, go release the fish." So instead of throwing it in the water, he would throw. He would just toss it into the bush. But PA has some beautiful spots to go fishing. Just to reiterate. Uh, yeah, eel fishing can be boring, but at least we caught one. Fishing. I don't know, Ivan, if you saw that, but we caught a decent sized eel. I decided to let him go. I was gonna keep him, but anytime I doubt myself about keeping a fish, I end up releasing it. That's just how I am. The next one, if I catch a good one, I'm keeping for sure. I don't know if I'll be able to catch another eel in 15 minutes, but you never know. Actually, what I was thinking about doing is, I don't think I'm gonna catch a fish there. Hold on. I'm just gonna 1 second, guys. Let me just let my squirrel mind work. All right. All right. That's it. I can talk to the. Uh, Mackenzie, my dream reel. Uh, Not really. I really like my Daiwa. I know you can. There's a bunch of reels you can buy at $15, $20, but there's something about that price range of like. I fish every day now, almost. So I think something that's like a Daiwa Legal is just for saltwater. I'd like to get like a 2500 series rod. I mean reel for saltwater. That's really nice. I mean, my dream reel would be one of those van style reels, right? The ones that have oil inside of them. The ones that don't need, you can just get them wet and you don't worry about it. Yeah, I guess that's my dream reel. But they what are like $1,000? I'm good on that. Maybe once I get $1 million. Hold on, just had a nice hit. Maybe once I get $1 million donation, right? But yeah, I'm genuinely just happy with everything I have in all aspects of my life. But if I had to get one dream reel, yeah, it'd be one of those like the cool dudes with beards that fish in all those cool YouTube videos with big fish. I want to get cool beard. I want to get cool reel, and a cinematographer to film me fishing for big fish. But if that does not happen, I'm still happy, you know. But it would be nice to have cool beard and cool reel. Um, what's in there? Well, we have eel. We have sometimes bullhead catfish. We catch them in the spring here. We have bluegill. We have suckerfish. We have. I'll show you. Hold on. Let me show you the eel I just caught. Give me a sec. Let me just pull up my line a little bit. I'll show you the eel we just caught, so you guys don't think I'm. Here you go. Look familiar, right? So that was 11:37. So that was what? 20 minutes ago we had him. No, there's no pike or pickerel here. I'm still trying to go for pike and pickerel. Okay, hold on. I just had a bite. Why no fish? He bite, but no fish. Yeah, so I'm hoping for a bigger eel. I caught my PB eel here, right where that line is, and it was a really nice size. I was fighting for like 5 minutes. I actually put on my cooler backpack. It it popped out of my backpack. It literally wasn't fully zipped. It popped out and started running like it started twirling like a snake down the thing. I had to chase it down again and put it back in the backpack. Those eels they're no joke, man. They fight. Okay, something's playing with me. I want to get a sucker fish at this point. Can probably fish for like 50 more minutes without getting divorced. I gotta. Unfortunately, you look at my Nike Airs. I'm just kidding. Those are Pumas, but I fell into the when I was walking back. I slipped and went down hard into the muddy hole. Uh, but there has to be a ton of eels here. Nobody fishes here. Number one. Well, I live in Somerset County, which is probably nobody fishes here really. But nobody knows about this spot, and nobody cares about it either. There has to be like 20 eels out there. They're just not buying as hard as I'd like them to. Probably be a good spot at night. I forgot to ask you, Ivan, what state are you from? I don't know. Why is my phone hot? 33 inches deep? Oh, you don't live here. I got you. Oh, my bad. You're from Serbia. My bad. I apologize. I didn't see that. Your English is so good, dude. I thought you were from the States. Serbia. Serbia is definitely a country. Man, so wait, in Serbia, I'm gonna tell you a quick story, and I'm gonna be honest about it. You guys got that thing? It's called rakia. I am not drinking that again in my life, and I'm saying that with a straight face. No rakia for Grumpy Orca no more, because my friend in college got me to drink that, and yeah, that's why I don't drink anymore. You probably know. Yeah, if you get a channel, Ivan, we'll follow you, man. Wow, it is so dead now. I think these fish know about me or something. I think they're stream sniping me. They're like, oh no, here comes the guy with the camera again. Not again. Hmm, very strange. Usually there's like a ton of bluegills. Bloop. Down he goes. No, it's just sometimes you'll come here, like I said, you'll come here in the middle of summer. You can catch blue, like even some streams I've done here, we'll catch a bluegill after bluegill. We'll catch like 10 bluegills here, 12 bluegills within an hour. And we would catch eel and suckerfish and this and that. Okay, have fish. Oh, he got off. Did he get? No, he didn't get off. Come here, buddy. Oh yes, it's a big one. You know. All right. Hope you can fit on your screen, guys. Hold on. These actually would probably make an amazing bait for catfish. I've heard. All right, buddy. Why does it always slip away? It always slips away. Okay, do jump. Come on, jump. Jump. Okay, you don't want to jump. I think he's depressed. Let's see. At least we caught one. Um, I really want to go out here in a kayak. I'm gonna talk to. I'm gonna see if I can get just in case I'm late to pick up my kid. I'm gonna see if I can get some coverage to pick up my kid, and I'll go out on the kayak with you guys next week. It's the same body of water. You know what? I'm gonna make a point to do that. So I'm thinking Tuesday. I'm gonna try for Tuesday. Grumpy Orca's taking you on the kayak. If you guys want to, hold on. I got good news. We have bite. Oh, we have bite, guys. Hold on. Something's playing with our worm. This might be an eel the way it's playing with it. Hold on. Yeah, I think we have an eel on that line. You can't see it, but look, it just basically does this. Like, it's not even, that's how you know an eel is nibbling on it. I think we have something. We'll see. Yeah, I think we do. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Yeah. You know what? Let's try yoink it. I ain't got all the time in the world today. Hold on. Or maybe that's wind. I don't know. I'm gonna pull it in like 1 minute. Let's see what it is. She bounced it off the... Hold on 1 second, guys. What I like about this spot is it's all, there's no rocks here, so you can just put a... We're just fishing with worm. Hold on, I still think there's something nibbling on it. Let's do a YouTuber hook set. Nope. But look, that was an eel there because he ate all my bait. All right, here's what we're gonna do. One more big juicy worm. And thanks for those sticking in the stream. One big juicy worm. How good is the video quality? It's showing me 4 bars on 5G ultra wideband, so you guys should be having pretty good picture today. All right. See if we can get a nibbler again. Let's see if that eel's gonna be back. I'm pretty sure that's an eel. Not the best hook for an eel. Let's hope. Actually, what I'm gonna do is, because we lost our X sinker, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna catch both of these in the same spot. How did I do this? And I'll read the chat in a second. I could probably fish for another like 10 minutes tops. Don't know how Oh my God. You saw that? I have partner. I have partner in crime. You know who that is? That's what cleans. That's why there was no bluegills there. Oh, he sees me now. You know who that is? That's my friend. Oh, he is. He's like, man, what you doing? Hold on. He's tweaking. Right? You know what he's doing? That bird is huge, by the way. That bird is about. It's about a meter and 30 centimeters. It's about 5 feet tall. That's what cleans out all that fish. That's why we couldn't catch fish here today, like over there. So what he does is he just stands there like a statue and goes and cleans out all the bluegills and creek chubs. I didn't try the spoon yet, but the spoon's not going to work here. Oh, God, I don't know what I did here. Hold on. But yeah, that's a blue heron. And you cannot harm them. They're federally protected. So if we do harm them, it's going to be big trouble for Grumpy Orca. But you know what? The only reason I don't like them is because he cleaned out my pond last year. They'll come to your fish pond and they'll completely clean it out. Ronio probably will tell you. He knows. If you guys have a lot of these guys, those guys fly over to Florida during winter time. They basically they're bulking up right now, and then they're gonna fly to Florida. They can eat. They can eat, man. They can eat like 80 of those little fish I caught today in one day. Hold on. I'll show him to you again. I'm just trying to undo this. I don't know how I did this. Actually, really, uh, I really don't have time to do this right now. I don't know how I did this. You know what? I really don't have time to do this. I'm gonna do this later because I have 10 minutes to fish. I'm just gonna cast it out there. It still works. This is terrible. It's kind of like a drop shot rig now. Yeah, but that guy doesn't even care about me anymore. He's just kind of they can be very aggressive in terms of eating fish. Here, I'll show him to you. See that guy? He just stands there. He can stand there for hours. He finds a fish and he goes and gets it. It's a blue heron. You said you gave yours three. You gave yours three fish. It's nice. All right, let's see. Grumpy Orca can fish for like four, maybe like something's going on there. Look, you guys think that's an eel? out of all of them. It's my tangled worm that was getting eaten by somebody. Hmm, hold on. Maybe that's just an eel. Maybe that's what we're looking for. Let's see if we can trick him. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that's tangled, but I really don't have time to undo it right now. I'm just gonna cast it out the way it is. Something was still eating it. Oh, blue heron took off. Probably went to my pond. Yeah, but those things they're super smart birds. Super smart. Very smart birds. Hold on. Oh, I got a fish. No, I don't. I thought I had something. One second, guys. I'm just gonna reel this rod up so I can stop embarrassing myself because it's a little tangled on the bottom, and I really don't have the time to undo it. All right. Now let's check this rod. Hmm. Still has worm on it. Oh, you see that? That's Mr. Bluegill playing with me. Sometimes having three rods in the live stream can be a little tough. I'll read the live stream in a second. I don't know why. There's fish over here somewhere, but where? I do not know. I did great. I just cast it over my other line. I can't make this up. I need to calm down. Put this rod down. All right, that's it. Let me relax. Danube, little bream. Yeah, I know what you use. Oh, there's a turkey vulture. So that's not an eagle. That's a turkey vulture. Those are basically like raccoons of the sky. No, never fished on Danube. How you doing, Levi? What's going on, JD Outdoors? That's funny. Tali, that's funny. Dude, that happens to me all the time. And you know where that happens? Whenever we go ocean fishing, you guys probably heard me talk about it. So whenever we go to Sandy Hook fishing across from New York City, I'll get skunked, but I'll watch ospreys. That place is full of ospreys. I'll watch ospreys just coming back with fish and feeding their babies all day. And I'll sit there on the bank of the ocean and get nothing. But yeah, so there's a problem. So I have a gazillion goldfish in my pond. I can basically take those goldfish and go fishing with them for bass. The only problem is I just find that morally wrong because well, I don't care about the goldfish in my pond, but I'm going to introduce whatever bacteria is in my pond. Hold on. I'm going to introduce whatever bacteria is in my pond to that outer body of water. And like, since I'm doing this on a live stream, I don't want to teach other people to do wrong. I feel like that's not the right thing to do. I know it doesn't harm that much, but I don't want to teach people wrong either. Oh, dude, the bird is right here. Look at him. You see him? He's just chilling right next to me. Yep, he just left. Yeah, I know the Nuba River is it's like a major river there, guys. Yeah, and I see why. California is probably pretty tough about that, right? I see why there's a law because see, look what happened in Florida. Florida is basically like it's like basically a zoo outside at this point. Every species of fish or bird or whatever that has no natural predator is out there. Now they're just Florida is like literally like a video game now. Everything's out there. You got gigantic pythons roaming around. You got I'm gonna take this bottle we found with us. You got everything basically, and there's a reason for it because people kept releasing their crap into the wild. So I agree with those laws. New Zealand probably will put you in prison if you release a goldfish. New Zealand's really tough about that stuff. What I was gonna say, I'm gonna start packing up, guys, because Mrs. Orca will absolutely, she will not be happy if I'm late, and I gotta make sure we fix her car situation today with the Department of Motor Vehicles. Mrs. Orca is my queen. Whatever she says goes. That's how it works usually. All right. Yeah, so we did catch an eel today. I showed you guys a blue heron, which I was really excited about. I have a personal problem with the blue heron because he killed all my fish multiple times, and it's probably the same bird that came to my house. That's why I don't buy fish anymore from my pond. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. Let's walk. Let's walk out of the spot. You enjoyed this today? It was much better, right? So I'm going to tell you something personally. I'm 41 years old. When you don't get enough sleep, you get groggy, man. I was pretty mean. I'm not mean yesterday, but I was not being myself yesterday. And I still got called by a customer late last night from to pick him up from a gentleman's club. Let's just put that lightly. And but I still got my 7 hours of sleep. And yeah, don't stream and don't make big decisions when you don't have enough sleep. You're probably not going to make the right decisions. That's uh that's your dead advice for the day. But otherwise, I appreciate you. No, I got rest. Actually, when you were messaging me yesterday on what you call it on Discord, I actually couldn't respond because my customer was like, I got a phone call, and I drive people privately, and he goes, "Pick me up." I'm like, I know what to do. I gotta go grab his nice car and go get him. It's actually a fun little gig I do, but something's going on over there. Oh, it's squirrels chasing each other. But yeah, uh, get rest, guys, before you make big decisions with streams. Otherwise, they don't go well. I'm gonna go grab my car and run over to DMV. Thanks for hanging out with me. I always appreciate you. Uh, go out there, go do some fishing. All right. Have a good one, guys. Have a good weekend too. Bye.